Welcome to Inside Rangers Football. I'm your host, Brant Freeman, with Smithson Valley head coach Larry Hill. The Rangers back in the win column, a 14-9 win over the Canyon Cougars in the COMAL BOWL this past Friday. And Coach, maybe the best way to describe the win this past week, gritty.
Yeah, I think so. You know, when you play in a league like ours, there are going to be some games that are just going to come down to the end. We've had 2 weeks in a row. You know, one we didn't get it done, and this one we made enough plays at the end to get it done. And yeah, sometimes you just got to find ways to win. You know, I think anytime it's a close game and you win at the end, you know, you say, well, maybe we should have done this, should have done this, should have done this, or we could have done that. Well, the reality of it is, there are going to be games like that. If you play 10, 11, or however many games you can get in a schedule, there are going to be some games that you win by wide margins. There are going to be you're going to win some games by medium margin, and then there are going to be some tight ones. And that was one of them. And you know, we would have liked to have gone a different way, but we're pleased with the result.
You're not going to score 45, 50 points every week. There's some weeks where your defense is going to have to win a football game for you. This was one of those games. You held Canyon out of the end zone defensively. They got their only touchdown on special teams, and you got a big stop, obviously, towards the end of the game, with Canyon having a goal-to-go situation to perhaps win the football game. Defensively, what impressed you the most?
Well, just making stops when you had to. You know, they had some third down conversions, kept some drives alive, did some nice things offensively that kept us off balance, but a little bit bend but don't break. You know, we held them to a field goal once when they were down in the red zone, obviously made the stop right at the end of the game when they were in the red zone again. And, you know, just being gritty, as you said, and doing the things you had to do to win. And, you know, some nights offense kind of carries the day, other times defense does, other times none of that works, and you got to win with special teams. And the bottom line is winning, and there are going to be games when all those scenarios play out, and this was one of those where the defense definitely carried the day.
And you definitely tip your cap as well to Canyon's defense. They played a very good football game. Offensively, you had a tough time getting into a rhythm. Why was that?
Well, you know, Canyon, as you mentioned, I think gets the lion's share of the credit for that. You know, we had a few untimely penalties that stopped drives, and then we had a turnover down in the red zone, and we had another red zone trip where we came away with no points. You know, but seemed to have a difficult time getting into a flow, consistent flow. Certainly had our moments, and then would follow up, you know, maybe not being able to finish drives. But a lot of that goes to Canyon.
I know you want to try to get to reestablish the run. Offensively, you're working Nick Aiken back into the backfield. You've had Mark Franco back there, Greg Eggleston. Looking at the way you ran the football this past Friday, what did you take away? Well,
some good, some bad, kind of like the rest of our game. You know, we had our moments running right at them, had some good success on the perimeter, and the quarterback run game was a little more prevalent than in other weeks, but not as consistent as we'd like for it to be, and you know, so we're still a work in progress there.
Looking at the kicking game, some good, some bad for you this past Friday. Again, this is such an important aspect of the game for you. Moving forward, what do you need to see to get more consistent play out of the kicking game?
Well, punt return game, punt block game hasn't been quite as good as maybe we'd like for it to be. Canyon punter really had a lot of hang time, placed the ball well, that sort of thing. We got a piece of one punt, which was good. Created a short punt, had a good kick return, but then another kick return that was just average. Our kickoff coverage was pretty good. We blew an assignment on a punt block when we're protecting our punter, just turned the guy completely loose, and they blocked a kick, which resulted in a touchdown. So, you know, kind of like the rest of our game, as we've been talking about, doing some good things. Got to do some more good things and avoid bad things.
Again, Smithson Valley, the win this past Friday, 14-9 over Canyon. The Rangers now 7-1 on the year. More importantly, 4-1 right now in 27 6A play. Plenty of big plays for the Rangers in the win over the Cougars. Let's take a look at the plays of the week.
Let's go take a look. Our first play of the week is the first play of the game. Canyon's kicking off, as you can see, and as the kick goes, it's a bloop kick taken by Nick Aiken. You can't quite see him, he's off the screen, but you can see we've got 3 or 4 blocks taking place here where we're engaging the Canyon defenders, and we're going to run those guys and create a crease for Nick to get in down the sideline. So really well blocked at the beginning, picks up another block or two, and now he's down the sideline, running that ball all the way down inside their 30, gives us a short field, and we're able to go and score to get the game started in our favor. See it a little bit from the rear here as Canyon prepares to kick off. we're not sure where they're kicking. We're kind of moving our returners around in anticipation of where that might be. The ball's blooped over toward their sideline. Nick takes it, almost runs out of bounds there. And there are those 3 or 4 blocks that we highlighted from the side. You can see them from the rear, and then there's that alley that Nick's able to get in. Just a great way to start the game, and gave us a very short field, and we were able to go down and score. Our next play is an offensive touchdown. We have Trayvon Merrick. You can see the arrow. He's going to go in, then up, then to the corner. We get a play-action fake to get the play started, try to pull the defense in on the run. They've got him covered pretty good. You can see they've got one inside and one outside, but the ball where the arrow is just drops kind of out of the sky right over their shoulder, and well thrown. Nice route by Trayvon. Good catch, and that was a touchdown right late in the second quarter. Highlight this of Dorzell Hunter, our tight end, kind of knocking their defensive end out, and then our offensive line slide protecting the other way. Creates a nice cup for Levi to be able to step up into, so he has an easy throw there. And again, that just kind of shows you the way the ball was dropped in there, and against really pretty good coverage. Trayvon's athletic enough to reach and get that out of the sky. Late in the ball game, game's on the line. We've got to make a stop here. We're going to feature Tom Zoig. Canyon's out of timeout, so we felt like they had to throw the ball, and he comes on a read blitz. Finds a window, comes in it, plays off a block. You can see we've got him covered up pretty good. They can't throw on time. That makes him hold the ball. Then Tom forces him, and Trey Witcher and C.J. Keeler combine on the sack. Of course, with the clock moving, that puts them in a little bit of a bind. Here it is from the rear. You can see Tom here, 35, coming on that blitz, seeing the daylight, taking it. Coverage forces him to pull it down. Tom gets him to run sideways, and we got Trey Richer from the right, C.J. Keeler coming from the left. They wrap them up for a big loss, and we go on to win the game a play or two later. And those are our plays of the week.
And Coach, one of the plays I want to highlight, the deep ball thrown by Levi Williams to Trevon Merrick-Woodard. Big target to throw the football to, but a great throw on Levi's part.
It was really a well-executed play all around. It was in a run formation that we're heavy run in, and we faked that run. Had great pass protection, as we pointed out, and really they covered it pretty good. It wasn't wide open like we hoped, but a well-executed throw and a great catch by Trayvon.
Well, still to come, a preview of Friday's upcoming game against the Judson Rockets, and also after the break, we've got this week's Senior Moments at Little Men. Back with more Inside Rangers football in just a moment.
Summerhill Dental is your partner in getting a better night's sleep tonight. Our appliances are a proven solution to stop snoring and sleep apnea. No CPAP, no surgery, not so scary.
So this is it, huh?
Yep, this is where it all starts and finishes.
Joe Pavelek, Jeff Shin, Alan Hill, Pat Bailey, Matt Hilson, Clint Haney, Cody Fuller, Eric Anders, Garrett Smith, Andrew Sandejo, Josh Adkins could have dressed in the soccer.
We got work to do, kid.
We're gonna go inside, we're gonna go outside, we're gonna get him on the run, we're gonna keep him on the run, then we're gonna go, 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 go. We won't stop until we're across that goal line. This is a team they say is good. Well, I think we're better than them. So what do you say, man?
Let me give it a try. Making videos is not easy. It's confusing and it's hard work. Well, I'm here to tell you, when your back's against the wall, call Wick Productions. It's who we use for Game Night Scoreboard production and the Rangers Network.
Amazing, Coach. Another perfectly executed shameless plug.
Welcome back to the Inside Rangers Football TV studios. Getting ready to preview Smith Valley and Judson coming up in a bit. But right now, time for this week's Senior Moments with our very own Emily Wick. Emily?
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Brant. All right, guys. You know what to do. Get your phones out and text your mama hi. So, CJ, if you had your own country, what would it be called?
Hey, we practiced for this.
Probably something really generic. Keelerville.
Yeah, that's your last name?
Yes.
That's a random last name. He just likes it.
In Keelerville, but it's a country. So you're going to be Keelerville.
Just a lot of vills in that country.
Okay, a lot of villas in Keelerville. What would Keelerville be like?
A lot of food.
Yes.
It's like sleeping. People will be allowed to sleep just whatever they want.
Just like if I wanted to take a nap right now, I'd be like, hey guys,
Boom.
I'm out. And I nap, okay?
Nap. It's kind of the main important things.
Sleep and,
That's the
sleep
only
and
thing.
eat. Yeah, well,
Have to
those
have
are,
those.
well, there you go.
In abundance.
I would too.
And
Do we still have to go to practice?
You have to practice. You have to get gains. You can't go a day without gains.
Mike, I hear you can sing.
I can.
I
I can.
would like to hear that.
What song would you like me to sing?
I would like you to sing Adele Hello.
So hello from the other side. Do I keep going? Yeah! Okay. I must have called 1,000 times to tell you I am sorry.
For everything that I've done.
Okay, go.
Here we go. You ready? Ready? Together. Hello from the other side.
I must have called 1,000 times
to tell you I'm sorry for everything that I've done. It don't matter.
Nice.
Oh yeah, look at boom! We've got a new career. There we go, Mike. Nice. Welcome to the Hotel California. All my exes live in Texas. Fireball.
Ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no valley low enough.
So Jacob, if there was one toy when you were little that you just could not part from now, what toy would it be?
When I was little, probably my G.I. Joe.
Yeah? You were into G.I. Joe?
I had a lot of G.I. Joes.
He got mad at me for trying to destroy him one time.
Yeah, when he came over one time, he wanted to blow it up with a firecracker, and I got pretty mad because they're my G.I. Joes.
They're like, we don't play that way.
That's it, go home.
So do you still have them?
No, he blew them all up.
Oh, you did?
He did. He did some away. He still got a couple stuff.
So Caleb, what is the best thing about being you?
I guess that I get to play for the Smith Valley high school football team.
Oh,
It's pretty great.
that is pretty great. What position do you play, Caleb?
I played defensive tackle.
Defensive tackle. You like that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, well, very good. I can't wait to see you playing this year.
It's gonna be fun.
Caleb, what really gets on your nerves?
When somebody's driving in the left lane and they're going really slow.
Yeah, that kind of bugs me too. Yeah. What do you do to solve that problem?
It's not against the law.
Usually I just try to get around them or honk at them. So
But very carefully,
very
right?
carefully. I make sure to check my mirrors and use my blinker and
Very good.
my surroundings and everything.
Very good. That's what I like to hear. Safety first.
Yes, ma'am. I just remember my favorite thing about being me.
What is the favorite thing about being you?
I can grow a pretty good beard.
Oh, can you? It is kind of like beards are in right now. Yeah.
I just wish we could actually grow them out.
Oh yeah. Can you after football season?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Coach Hill says no to the beard, though. Yeah, no. What did the guy tell the lady who was dressed as Chapstick for Halloween? You're the bomb. That's good. Okay, CJ, let me hear a joke.
Did you hear about the Italian chef?
No, I didn't hear about the Italian chef. Italian chef.
He passed away.
That's pretty good. CJ, Mike, Jacob, Caleb, it's been great. Coach Brant, back to you.
Go Raiders!
Thanks as always, Emily. So we go from senior moments now to this week's Little Men and back with Coach Hill for this week's segment.
One way to be effective in offensive football is to throw the ball when the defense thinks you're running, or run the ball when the defense thinks you're passing. Likewise, to be effective on offense, you've got to be able to handle a defense blitzing as many as 6, 7, even sometimes 8 rushers at your quarterback. In today's Little Men segment, we're going to talk about one concept that addresses all of those situations. We call this ram and lion protection. Ram to the right, lion to the left. We are going to try to convince the defense that we're running the ball with a play fake and then throw the ball, all the while having as many as 7 men in the protection in case there's a blitz in order to give our quarterback time to throw. To describe today's Little Men section, ram lion protection, we're bringing in Alan Hill. Alan Hill coaches our tight ends and B-backs. He's a former player here. And let's go to the board, and Coach Hill, take us through ram, or in this case, lion protection.
All right, as Coach Hill said, we got lions set up here because the B-back is to the left here. In lion protection, it is going to be a gap play side and a slide back side, much like 70 and 71 protection. The difference is we are going to gap down and protect our inside gap to prevent him from getting up the field and being a good pass rusher. Because we are doing that, he is going to protect this gap, and our B-back, we must have a back to protect and take over that pass rusher. Everybody else will protect their backside gap, which is to the right because it is lion. And we are going to set a wall for all the pass rushers that could come from this side. And we are going to use a good play fake to suck in the linebackers, as you'll see on film here in a second, and he will become an extra defender in case they bring an extra linebacker, or an extra protector in case they bring an extra defender.
So a play action pass with maximum protection, ram and lion protection. Let's go to game clips and watch this in action.
All right, as we had it set up on the board, this will be lion since our B-back is set to the left. Okay, we've got a good play fake that's going to freeze that safety just long enough and those linebackers just long enough to where we have one-on-one on the outside with the playmaker. That safety's late getting over there. We throw the ball over the top of the corner and win and score. Again, here's the end zone. B-back set to the left. We're going to gap down with our left tackle, build a nice little wall of protection. Our B-back's going to pick up our defensive end, and after the play fake, our running back will pick up the extra defender. As you can see, he dives at his legs and just holds them off long enough to where we can get the ball out. Here we are in lion again, play fake again. Play fake is going to suck down the defenders and open up a throwing lane for us to the right side. As you can tell, nobody was in the throwing lane because of the play fake. We'll go to end zone here. You can see the protection on the left. That left tackle is gapping down hard. We've got a play fake. That running back does not have an extra guy, so he is going to help out and prevent any leakage from seeping through. Again, suck down that linebacker. Now he's taking an improper drop and doesn't get underneath the outside hook route. And obviously that is a big play, 15 to 20 yards down the field.
Maximum protection with a play fake can be a very effective tool in the passing game. Thank you, Coach Hill, for bringing that to our attention. And now, let's go to Ranger Trivia.
This week in Rangers Trivia, since the beginning of the 2010 season, Smithson Valley has played 40 games on the road. What's the Rangers' record in those games? Is the answer A, 33-7, B, 30-10, or C, 27-13? The answer is A, 33-7. That record comes down to an .825 winning percentage, and the Rangers will look for another road win this Friday as Smithson Valley travels to Converse to take on the undefeated Judson Rockets. So yes, over the past 7 years, Smithson Valley very good on the road, but not just the past 7. They've been good on the road since Coach Hill's tenure back in the mid-90s. But a big road game coming up for your coach this Friday.
Yes, it is. We'll go into a familiar spot, Rutledge Stadium. We're playing the Judson Rockets. Of course, we go out there to play Wagner too. It'll be the second time out there this year. We've had some big ball games out there.
And that is the game we're going to preview coming up next. Back with more Inside Rangers football in just a moment.
Whether you're looking to build a new home, buy your first car, or follow your dream of being your own boss, let a neighbor help you. We understand your financial needs because we live and work here. Sage Capital Bank.
Just press enter and your GBTC Home DVR will record your show automatically.
Thanks, Doug from GBTC, who looks exactly like Ranger Senior CJ Keeler.
I'm just Doug, here to help.
Fumble!
Here you go. Can I help you set up your favorite channel list now?
All right, welcome back to Inside Rangers Football. Coming up this Friday, Smithson Valley on the road in Converse to take on the undefeated Judson Rockets. They are 8-0 and unbeaten right now in 27-6A play as well, 5-0 in the district. Coach, you look at this football team, obviously impressive in all phases, one of the top-ranked teams in the state. This is a stiff test coming up on Friday.
There's no question. What a tall order for us. Judson's got a proud and storied football tradition, have had since I was in high school, which has been more than a few years ago. And obviously this team falls right in line with that. Very dominant in a lot of different areas, no visible weakness, very explosive team, and well coached. Got tradition on their side as well. So big challenge for the Rangers.
You mentioned well coached. You look at the passing of the baton over the years from Coach Rutledge to Coach Rackley and right now Coach McAuliffe. How impressed are you with the job that he's done with this storied program? He's
done a great job of preserving their traditions, which he was a part of as a player and as an assistant coach, so he understands the past. At the same time, he's transformed them into the future. They don't look a whole lot schematically like the old Judson teams, but personality-wise, they are. Very fast on defense, punishing running game. So I think he's done a nice job of blending the new with the old, and obviously with some great results.
All right, let's discuss personnel now. And for the Rockets, I think everybody first thinks of the quarterback, Julian Williams, who it feels like he's been there for 8 years now.
Yeah.
What is a 4-year starter, started his career as a freshman. He has been banged up, didn't play last week in the 31-14 win over Clemens, but he makes them go. Besides Williams, though, a very capable running back in Sincere McCormick. Who do you focus on when getting ready for Judson's offense?
Well, that's the difficult part of it. It's very difficult to focus on anyone. You mentioned the quarterback. McCormick running several running backs, and McCormick will take his turn at quarterback at times. And got several receivers, big, huge offensive line. A lot of kids coming back that were starters a year ago, so they're reaping benefits of being young a year ago. And so it's very difficult to say, let's stop this phase of the game or this one player, this is their main threat. You really can't do that, and so you're going to have to be ready to defend it all.
You were able to corral that Judson offense a year ago in a win back at Ranger Stadium. What do you recall about that game?
Well, it's just a bizarre night. They took the opening kickoff, scored in like 2 plays, and we were able to match that with a field goal. Then we got a defensive touchdown, which seemed to spark us, and then we went on to pull away and to win the game at our place. And You know, sometimes you get momentum heading. We've all had it go against us. We've all had it go for us. That was one of those nights when it was rolling our way.
When you look at Judson's team this year, you get caught up in the offense because of Williams, a University of Houston commit. They've scored 60 or more 3 times this season, but you look defensively, they've been just as good on that side of the football as well. Opponents scoring less than 20 points per game. They have 20 sacks. They've forced 12 turnovers so far, 8 games into their season. Defensively, what challenges do they present?
Well, you know, it's similar to their offense in the sense that they're just really good at every position. You know, there's not a whole lot that, you know, from a game planning standpoint, you say we can pick on this area. They've got good size, they've got good speed, they're very athletic, they're very smart. You know, you can tell they're very crafty. They've played this game before, they're well coached, and so there's not going to be an area to exploit. You're just going to have to be good at everything you do. When you get your opportunities in the red zone, you're going to have to make the most of it and make points. And I think you're going to have to get some explosive plays. I don't know how much you're going to drive it, 10, 12 plays at a time, drive after drive after drive. You're going to have to create some big chunk plays, and we hope to be able to do that.
And something in the kicking game, I would imagine, will also be paramount in this game.
It will. You know, our coverage teams against their dangerous returners, you know, our own returns, things like that, the trading of punts, you know, whose net punt is better than the other. So after the punt, you know, where does your defense start defending? Where does your offense start their drive? You know, things like that that are hidden a lot of times in game stories will be big in a game like this.
A game like this also it looms large in the sense that you can clinch a playoff berth with a win. You could also play potentially for a district championship with a win. Is there a big game feel to this Friday?
It seems to be. It always is when we play Judson. Even the years we've played them in non-district, it's had a big game feel to it because of the 2 programs and what they've done in the past and that sort of thing. But you know, it's November, it's late in the season, there is things at stake, as you said, for both teams. They're obviously a very good football team, so it has that kind of feel as your bus pulls in the parking lot on Friday.
All right, Coach, well, good luck against
Well,
Judson.
thank you, Brant.
Again, that's Mr. Valley head coach Larry Hill. The Rangers take on the Rockets in Converse this Friday at 7:30, and we'll have live coverage here for you on the Rangers Network starting at 7:15. That'll do it for this week's show. For head coach Larry Hill, I'm Brain Freeman. This has been Inside Rangers Football. Thanks as always for watching, and we'll catch up with you again next time.